The following is a production of cprundown.com. The views and opinions expressed by the hosts of this podcast are those of the individual and not of any affiliated companies. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Rundown on Fun, a weekly podcast covering the Six Flags Entertainment Corporation, the amusement industry, and everything to do with fun. Here are your hosts, Carson Anderson, Evan Schultz, and Kyle Hu.
Hello, and welcome to this episode of the Rundown on Fun, our weekly podcast where we cover Six Flags news, Cedar Point news, Kings Island news, and everything to do with fun. We're currently out of the studio and currently sitting in a balmy 70 degrees or so here at Kings Island. Kings Island graciously invited us over to the media preview for their brand new dark attraction, Phantom Theater Opening Nightmare. And just to give you just a little bit of tidbit information here, I do have some notes. It is made, obviously, by Sally Dark Rides. If anyone's familiar with any of the dark rides that are around different parks and things like that, Sally Dark Rides is probably, I'd say, in my opinion, the number one in that aspect. They do so many different things. Also, the ride system, like the cars and everything, they have 27 cars, which is pretty cool. The ride lasts around 6 minutes and 30 seconds or so. So it's pretty much like the same length that it was before. We've also got the cool flashlights, and the flashlights like flash, a beam or whatever, and that's how you collect the ghost notes on the wall and stuff. There's 33 characters in the actual ride itself. There's 26 show scenes, and also 42 inches tall to ride alone, or can be accompanied by a supervising companion as well. So a lot of kids can enjoy this, and so just got off the ride just a little bit ago. We've rode it a bunch of times and things like that. First impressions, I love the new. I would say the it was a castle, but now it looks more of like a theater per se. I have Sarah with me as well. She was able to ride it with me as well, and you got to see inside the queue, and stuff and everything, and you could see, there's No Legs Larry, there's the Maestro. They talk a little bit. There's actually a few. It looks like there was a few different pre-scenes, in there that we saw, which was really cool because I saw that because I was like, okay, let's record that. And then we waited, and then once they gave like the ride, rules, I guess you could say, and how to ride and stuff, and then a new one came on, and then Maestro was completely different, and No Legs Larry was actually talking and stuff. So if you're in that queue line, just keep an eye out on that. Also, there are Easter eggs in here for a throwback to the original Phantom Theater, and then also Boo Busters as well, which was really cool. I wasn't able to really pinpoint what was the Easter eggs or anything. We only wrote it a few times. But yeah, what did you think of the queue, Sarah? I'm curious on what you thought.
Yeah, I really liked the queue area. It really did mimic an actual theater. Mm-hmm. There was a lot of little details. It had like the upper deck. I don't know what you call that in a theater, but it had a concession stand, and
they had a popcorn. My favorite, popcorn.
Yep, just the posters on the wall, and even the purple wallpaper just reminded me so much of a old school playhouse theater. So really kind of
you get to go literally as soon as you're walking into the queue line, you enter underneath like a giant red curtain and things like that, which is cool. And then obviously you go in like the queue line, and you see Maestro, and they talk back and forth. And it's really cool is the animatronics that they have and everything. The mouth moves, their hands move, their heads move and stuff. And so they'll be like talking about like, oh, we need volunteers to be greeters and stuff and ushers, and like Maestro look down and be like, oh, you guys look really good, So it's cool that they're actually playing they're playing on to that. It's not just like, they're just kind of stagnant and just talking with each other and stuff. But yeah, I do agree. It was really cool to see like the concession stand with that. And that, and then, when we're walking in the hallway and stuff, about to get on the ride and stuff, they had really interactive, like TV screens that would show, the characters, a few of the characters, you had, what was it? Houdini. There was Houdini over there. There was a pretzel. I can't remember his name.
I can't either.
But the pretzel guy, he was pretty cool. They also had the great was it Bambino?
The Houdini. Did you say the Houdini?
I did, yes. Yeah, the great. I think it's Bambino.
Bambino.
I think. Yeah, the great Garbanzo, not Bambino. Great Bonzo. Yeah. So he's got like a bunch of dynamite, and he blows stuff up and stuff and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
They've got someone that's like singing opera and whatever, and she's singing so loud pitch, whatever, you can see like a bunch of things like breaking around her, like the glass and everything breaking and stuff, because she's hitting that high octave and stuff. But anyway, so jumping in, so you get right on the ride and stuff, and you're immediately, you don't have the boob blaster gun anymore. It is it's a flashlight, and it's very very light. If anyone's curious, there's a POV on the CP Rundown Facebook page. You can watch our POV and see how we interacted with that and everything. But you can see that we're using a lightweight flashlight, and it beams out a
color,
like a color, and there's different colors, so you can find what your color is to grab all the ghost notes. And you want to grab all the ghost notes that you can, because you want to get the high score.
Yeah, you want to beat the other two players that you're sitting with.
Yes.
And then also, like when you get on the ride, it's almost like a theater box.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool.
Like one of those
like
VIP
nice
theater boxes.
Like on the second floor of a theater.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like the really, like you'd be like, I don't know, like a president kind of thing, or someone high up, like or whatever.
Abe Lincoln at the Ford Theater.
Yeah. But no, and then also I was going to say the sound system that they have in the cars and everything, really good. I almost felt like it was spatial audio, because there was a noise behind me, and I was like, oh wow, is there someone behind me? And obviously there wasn't, but that's what it gave me, and it felt like. And there, throughout the ride and stuff, there's we're going to have maybe a little bit of spoilers and stuff in here. I mean, not all of it. But obviously the goal is to grab all the ghost notes. So as soon as like the ride starts, you turn on your flashlight, and then you literally start finding the ghost notes on the walls, on TVs, on whatever that they can find and stuff and everything. Yeah. And what's really cool is they, you want to get like as many ghost notes, like I said, and it's not hard. It's very easy. Like you hit the flashlight button, and you can see what color you are. So you got your score screen in front of you. So it's either maybe like a red or a green or a blue. It seemed like each car doesn't have exactly the same colors and everything, which I thought was cool. I think there was a purple one as well. But anyway, so you're looking and you're aiming and stuff, and you can see your beam. And so as soon as you're like moving your beam around, you can see it moving around on the wall, and you're like trying to collect all the ghost notes and become first. And there, at the very end, there's a scoreboard, and you want to be the theater owner, which is the max score, 99999, I think is the crazy max score or whatever. But if you are lower than that, I think the second tier or whatever, I believe it's the head usher or something, and then it just falls down from there.
But some notes were harder to get than they moved faster than other ones.
Yes.
Some were slower, or maybe towards the beginning they were a little bit easier to get, and then once you got a little bit better towards the end of the ride, they got a little faster. It seemed like.
Yeah. No. And then I don't know. Maybe there are specific notes that you could get that are more points.
Yeah, maybe.
Or because I did notice some different colored notes when I was getting them, so I was like, but there's so many, like I said in when we first opened, there's 26 scenes. There's a lot. You get to go in a boiler room, and you get to see
basement.
You get to go in the basement, and you get to see like behind the scenes of like when they're getting ready to, like if you were in a theater or Broadway and you were to go into, a play or something like that, you would see something of that nature. And I don't know, I kind of felt like, there's a moment where the stagehands were lifting up the curtain, and it looks like they got tangled in the giant ropes that you would lift the curtain, and it's a funny play and stuff. And I think what I heard a lot of people saying, the original Phantom Theater was more, I think more spooky, more scary. This seems to be more kid friendly, more family friendly. I don't want to say cartoony, but maybe a little cartoony. But it's in a good way. Like it's not a bad thing. Like I really, the little things that they added, over here, just sitting over here on the Midway, just looking at it, they added cool little bats to the fence that goes around the ride, and they've also got they've got ghost notes and stuff like that escaping the theater, and you can see
little flashlights
like looking
entrance.
Right, yeah, but yeah. So I'm trying to think what else. You see No Legs Larry and stuff, throughout the ride, and obviously, you see the maestro, and you see a kitty, you see the cat and everything, which is cool, and it's cool. Like the tail moves, the cat's eyes, move. They blink
very
and stuff.
lifelike.
It's very on par with like a Disney or a Universal.
Yeah, definitely.
It's yeah.
I mean, like the noise, the sounds, I don't know, there was one part where there was a bunch of air blowing at you a little bit.
Yeah, there's a lot of like things that happen in
multi-sensory things.
Yeah, it's not just, riding the ride and stuff. And I know when Boo Blasters it was like pretty much like targeting, so you would have to target, say like, I don't know, something that was along the ride for it to actually activate. And then that would a knob would turn or something would do whatever. But this is completely opposite. Everything that you see, comes to life and is moving, and then all of a sudden, you're just the object of the ride is to collect all the ghost notes and stuff. And what's really cool is they got a ton of merchandise around, like they've got a little merchandise booth and stuff and everything around the ride, and it looks like an abandoned maybe theater building per se. The what's cool is the sign on the top of the merchandise building, the little stand or whatever. Actually, they've got no legs Larry, and he's animated. He's moving around, and then there's also a kitty, and his tail's moving and stuff, which is cool. I do want to say that they also have ushers that are walking around on the Midway, and they're walking around in the queue line and stuff. They're dressed up like usher, they look exactly like No Legs Larry, and they're walking around, adding to the aesthetic and stuff and whatnot. And then I do want to touch a little bit on, we were able to see some of the food, and oh my goodness, so we had I cannot remember any of the food that we got.
Puppy chow. It was like blue puppy chow.
Was it blue puppy chow?
It was like a white chocolate.
All it tasted was it tasted like what was it? Like blue ice cream is what they were saying, and there was also
ice cream.
There was like sprinkles on there, and it 100%.
Very good.
It was really, really good.
I think it was white chocolate instead of traditional like milk chocolate.
The traditional one. Yeah, it was. They also had a Phantom Theater. A lot of the desserts and things like that, it seemed to be geared towards like popcorn and theater snacks and stuff this year, which is I can get behind. But they had a Phantom Theater popcorn tart, which we got to try.
Yeah.
I know that
that was my favorite.
You stole a lot. I was going to eat the whole thing, and you stole a lot of it.
It doesn't sound like it would match all of the things that are in it.
Yeah,
I think the sweet, the salty, the like shortbread. Like
it's literally a tart,
cookie,
and then
the filling.
There's filling in there, and then they top it with popcorn, and then there's also, we were talking to one of the pastry chefs, and she was saying that they put like butter, like popcorn butter or something in the mix or whatever,
like pudding part. Yeah.
And yeah,
Very,
it was
very good.
They put little like ghost notes on the top and stuff and everything.
Yeah.
Definitely come check that out. Also, we did find out that this year Kings Island's going to be doing breakfast.
Yeah, that looks very good.
At what was it called? The Grain and Grill. And that's at the very, very front of the park. So they said as soon as they open for early ride entry, they're going to have breakfast. And they said probably till like maybe 11 or 12 or something like that. And you'll be able to use your meal plan and get something with breakfast and stuff. So, I mean, who doesn't love breakfast, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty on board with that.
Yeah, I really want to try the Belgian waffle breakfast sandwich.
I would definitely agree.
Very good.
They've also got some really cool like popcorn treats and stuff. They got some like chocolate covered. It looked like chocolate covered pretzel, or I'm sorry, not pretzels, but popcorn. Like drizzled on the popcorn and everything. And they're just really hitting it out of the park. I mean, speaking of the park, this is a Thursday, and we're, opening day is on Saturday, and they've got preview day. It's going to be tomorrow and stuff. So Phantom Theater is going to be open, and then also they're going to have all the coasters and things like that. I know that the Kings Island, just said that Beast was going to obviously be open for opening day and stuff, which is really nice to see. And it'll be nice to ride the Beast, because you've never ridden the Beast.
I've never ridden it.
Never ridden the Beast, so I'll have to
really
let everybody know.
A really long time coming of wanting to ride it. I think from the first time I saw the Travel Channel Top 10 roller coasters that was on it, I've always wanted to ride it. So finally, get my chance.
Yeah. So definitely, the next podcast with them, when I'm with all the guys and stuff, I'll let you know how the Beast ride was and what Sarah thought of it.
Yep.
And, because, I mean, we got to get a night ride on the Beast, right?
Yep.
I mean, that's what it's made about.
Will we get a night ride?
We will.
It closes at
we
8?
will. We'll jump in the line, like right around closing.
Wait, is dusk? Dusk.
It'll be maybe dusk. Yeah. Well, maybe not night, but
maybe not. But I'll take it.
Yeah. But yeah. So come check out Phantom Theater, opening Nightmare, and come see the great Garbanzo and the Houdini and Sir Pretzel, and come check it out. And yeah, I think that's probably going to do it. I think we're probably going to ride a few more times.
Yep.
Beforehand. And
oh wait, one more thing.
Oh yeah.
Can I say, if you don't want to play the game on it, you don't have to. You can just look around on the ride and see all the.
No, I think you want. I think you want to.
But the game is fun.
I think you want to play the game, and you want to have the bragging rights and being like, "Yeah, I beat you. I beat you." And what's cool is you can still fit 3, I believe, to a car.
Yeah.
So.
But I think this next time I'm not going to play the game and just look around.
Just look around and see if you can find some Easter eggs or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well. Make sure you share this podcast with all of your friends. Make sure you rate us. And we will talk to you on the next episode, which probably be later this week. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to the Rundown on Fun. Don't forget to follow us on social media for all the latest updates from Six Flags Entertainment. And remember, always be kind to your ride operators. See you soon.